Human beings are like flowers. Just most of us aren't cracked open yet. Some of us are addicted to crack, but not all of us. You see, there's something on this spiritual journey called the kiss from God. And what it is that once you get a taste of the presence of God, some change begins to happen within you. A change that nurtures your awakening. And slowly but surely that seed begins to crack and something beautiful emerges from it. The main focus of your life becomes like this kind of search, this search for yourself. You find that the things of the world are not as satisfying as they were before, if they ever were. And you look within yourself for something deeper, for something more meaningful. And the deeper you go on this journey, the more you blossom. You see, the true nature of what we are is freedom. It's love and it's joy and it's peace. But our true self is held captive in the prison of our own minds. It's like the potential that exists within the seed. In order for that potential to be realized, the seed has to be broken. You must free yourself from this mind prison because it keeps you a slave to a world of endless suffering, a great desert, and everywhere you go you find springs of salt water, where the more you drink, the more thirsty you get. And only when you get tired of wandering in this desert, until you realize you cannot find lasting satisfaction in a temporary world, you will not embark on this inner journey, because you will believe that there is something out there for you. What you find on this spiritual journey is an eternal wellspring, an infinite oasis within you. You have been wandering, probably for many lifetimes, unaware of this, thirsty, and yet the water that will make you never thirst again is already within you. Imagine for a moment that you were the earth, and that all of your thoughts and all of your beliefs and all of the things in your mind were like satellites orbiting the earth. Most people have so many satellites that it actually blocks the light and the warmth from the sun, and the world becomes encapsulated in darkness, and there is great suffering and there is great misery. You see, the sun, the light, the warmth, the life, it was always there, but because of our thoughts, we make ourselves uninhabitable for life, and we become consumed by the force of death, and that is hell. This is the great problem of the 21st century, because when you are forced to be active, if you come from a place of scarcity and lack, and you always have to be moving to survive, the mind doesn't have all of these excess resources to be thinking about thoughts all the time. You're focused on one thing, but in the land of plenty, you no longer have to worry about your survival. And your thoughts can wander all over the place. It's easy to get lost in the depths of madness. Another way I like to put it is that if you have a house, or if you were a house, most people are like hoarders. They have boxes of ideas and beliefs and thoughts all over the place. This is the reason why Jordan Peterson said clean your room, because there is no separation between your outer environment and your mind. If you have a dirty mind, well, naughty, naughty. The point I'm trying to make is that if your house is crowded, if your mind is full of all these different things, then you will feel very claustrophobic in yourself, in your body. The lights might be on, but it's still dark because there's so many boxes. So perhaps it's time to do some spring cleaning or some fall cleaning. And so on the spiritual journey, through this process, we begin to throw all the nonsense away, all the excess garbage, all the things we've been hoarding for years. And we start letting go of these attachments. You have boxes of things that you'll never use again. The deeper you go on this journey is the degree in which you throw away all the boxes. An enlightened person is an empty house where the lights are on, but nobody's home. In a good way. It's being and remaining completely empty, and that is freedom. You become a perfect vessel for the light of God, in which God's presence can flow through you without resistance. But you see, the more objects we have in our mind, these are like filters that block out the light of God. They block the flow of life. And so the most unconscious people are like the really hardened seeds. They're not cracking open anytime soon. And when you look into their eyes, you see a lack of life, a dullness, an almost animalistic presence looking back at you. But when you allow the life to flow by remaining in the present moment, by accepting reality as it is and not resisting, by letting go of the attachments of the mind, our stories and our thoughts that often create a lot of suffering. Now the flower from the seed begins to blossom outward, and the world can enjoy the fragrance, the beauty, and your life enters into full harmony, in which you become the perfect vessel for God, and God can do God's works through you, creating a more loving and harmonious world, free from so much suffering.